Alright, I'm here with Frank Bonanno, who's been taking apart your transmission and doing some work on it. He's going to explain kind of where we're at this point.
I think some of the most serious things we found with this rear end is that, the whole transaxle, is that somebody has changed this hub, and it's another vintage, it's not made for this particular box. And what they did is they shimmed these carrier bearings to the point where they started to burn up the rollers. And I don't know if you're going to catch this, but the rollers are already darkened from running hot. Another factor there too was that the oil hole, this oil hole, doesn't line up with the feed hole from the oil pump. So it's not lubricating this bearing at all. So what we're going to have to do here for the rear end assembly is replace these shims and keep working it until we get the correct backlash. And once we do that, we get that done and a new hole drilled for the oil, we'll have this portion of the work done. Now the gearbox itself, the gears, they're all inside, and I'll show you those. This is one of the reasons that probably you felt so much, I didn't drive the car, but you probably felt so much slop in the gear shift selector, is that all these forks are worn terribly. And if I show you where they go into the selector, they're just wobbling around in here. Now we have two new forks, and to give you an idea how this should fit, see that fits in there solid, so there's no play. And this is an old one, so it'll even be tighter than that. And we got a new second gear fork too, which is tight. The synchro rings, that goes without saying, we're going to change all of those. The needle bearings look okay in this. Most of the bearings, with the exception of the carrier bearings, look good. And we have all the new synchros here and new seals. And so these will be ready to go back once we get that hub back from the machine shop.
All right.
And we can get this all back together.
All right, sounds good.